You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young, and we're here today with a really fun guest. If you've ever thought about creating a special space in your home for your pet, one that epitomizes their personality and holds all of their cherished things, Shannon Heggem is your gal. We'll find out more about what Shannon does and what makes it so special when we come back from a short break with our sponsors. So curl up with your own favorite beverage, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after a short pause.
Amazing Pet Expos is coming to a city near you. Admission is always free, and your pet is welcome. Shopping, adoptions, free nail trims, discounted shots and microchipping, agility, a pet costume contest, and much more. Plus, meet the guys from Animal Planet's hit TV series Tank and Pit Boss. Online at AmazingPetExpos.com.
Bring your pets to the Pet Expo.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young, and we're here with Shannon Heggem of Luxury Unleashed. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Jody.
How are you today?
I am wonderful. I am great. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Luxury Unleashed is such a cool company that I had to share it with Bark and Swagger listeners. You combine this sort of interior design sensibility with luxury pet care. But I want you to tell listeners more about what you do.
Sure. Well, Jody, my passion is really for unleashing luxury for dogs and their ultra-wealthy owners. So one example is I really focus on creating a space that showcases a client's dog's personality. So maybe a space for his favorite toys or accessories or over-the-top doggy outfits. But I also create a living space for the dog as well. Maybe a place for the dog to exercise, indoors or out, a pampered place to rest comfortably, and even a place to organize and store leashes and gear.
Wonderful.
And then another facet of Luxury Unleashed is my luxury liaison service, where I help owners locate the top new trendy couture or help in finding the best food and treats, and of course, the latest and greatest, in products to pamper.
Sounds wonderful. We need to make an appointment. Well, when you think of something like what you do, Luxury Unleashed, you think of New York, LA, London, Paris, Hong Kong, etc. But what I found really interesting was you created something in your backyard that was very, very bold. And I'm talking about in the state of Montana. You created the very first pet suite facility, and it worked. Tell us about what you did, why you thought something like this would work in the middle of the country, and how you did it.
Sure. Well, I decided to open up a boarding facility in the beginning just simply to meet a need within the community. But instead of looking at what the industry standards were, which at the time back then were mostly chain link and concrete doggy prisons, I wanted to model the facility around what I would want when boarding my dog. So I really examined the client's needs and then worked backwards. So my dogs have always been super spoiled and pampered and treated like members of the family. Mm-hmm. My dogs live quietly in my home with furniture, relaxed lighting, and of course the TV. So those things, that really created the model. And my goal was to target clients like me, clients whose dogs were pampered and loved and, basically treated like little hairy people. So instead of a boarding kennel, I created a pet resort, which was a term that really hadn't been used at that time. I just knew it had to be a destination for the pet. Most people do not enjoy leaving their pets behind when traveling. That's
I know I don't. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You feel guilty. And so my goal was to change that entire experience for the pet and for the pet owner into something that both would look forward to and be excited about. So that became, instead of cages and concrete block, I created pet suites. So each had a theme, a big comfy bed, decor. Of course, we had to have TV. I wanted the facility to be like walking into someone's home. So I painted it with relaxing colors, had ambient light, lots of plants, and yes, it worked.
Oh my God, can I make a reservation? It sounds
Sure.
unbelievable. How
Come on
long
down.
ago was this? When did you
That was
start this?
back in 1992. So
Wow.
this was, in the era before Animal Planet even, before the internet. So I couldn't look up what other people were doing, and I actually opened my pet resort and had it opening and functioning for 5 years before I had ever set foot into a pet resort or a boarding facility of any kind.
Amazing, Shannon. Amazing. And today you see suites, mini hotel rooms in certainly major markets for pets all over. So you really started something. You were way ahead of your time. And you brought incredible credentials to the table, too. As I understand it, you are one of only 3 people in the world who hold dual certifications in both grooming and kenneling. And you obviously, from everything you just said, understand how to create a space that sort of makes a dog feel very at home and comfortable and absolutely looking fabulous in it. What prompted you to get these kinds of certifications in particular for what you were going to do?
Well, I'm just the type of person who wants to do things the right way, the correct way. And I really wanted to seek out as much education as possible in the areas of pet care. And of course, again, we didn't have the internet then. So I just wanted to make sure that in addition to providing a comfortable place for the pets, that it was also a safe place for them. These are living creatures. So
absolutely.
you need to be educated in all aspects. And at the time, those were the only venues to be able to do that. Of course, I wanted the initials after my name, the street cred, of course. These certifications they're comprised of many levels, and it literally takes years to complete. So, becoming certified is a lengthy, exhausting, and expensive endeavor, but I just wanted to make sure that I was truly qualified and that I was a qualified expert, to be able to provide all facets of luxury pet care.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. You were also asked by others to create spaces for them, special boarding spaces for them in various places around the world. Tell us a little bit about where you did this and any experiences that you remember from working in those environments.
Well, after opening my first facility, I soon realized that this luxury market truly existed everywhere. Of course, all pet owners want their pets to be safe, right, and comfortable and remain healthy while they're away. But the truly pampered pet owner wants these same things, but they prefer them to be provided at a much more luxurious level. So they enjoy being able to choose a themed suite, for example. So let's say they have a prized hunting dog, and the owner comes into the facility and he's delighted to be able to put Fido into the sportsman suite with pheasant pictures on the wall, a hunter's orange blanket on the thick, comfy foam bed, of course, a duck decoy squeaky toy, or maybe it's the fluffy white poodle owner who wants the Parisian palace, the pink paradise with the Eiffel Tower and French focus decor and crystal dishes. It becomes an experience for the pet and the pet owner, and these luxury-focused clients are not just specific to the United States. After I launched my facility, I soon realized that they truly exist in all parts of the world. I had other facility owners who started contacting me to help them create these luxury spaces within their own facilities and soon became the luxury pet lifestyle expert, which really that in itself then launched my consulting practice. And I've been so fortunate, to work with facilities all over the world. But what
was one of the most exotic places that you created a space?
Well, I suppose the most exotic, my favorite, the most incredible place in the world, I think, is Australia. It's just such a beautiful and welcoming place, and I just love it there. But they have a very unique concept of dog boarding.
What is it?
Well, when an owner checks a dog into a boarding kennel in Australia,
Mm-hmm.
the pet is usually put into an enclosure with another dog so that he has a buddy.
Huh.
This is a fascinating concept to me. I do understand the whole pack mentality behind it and that the dog will not likely be as lonesome, but there's certainly an inherent risk when putting two canine personalities together. So it's been an educational experience to be able to work in so many different places, for sure.
Excellent. Wonderful. Just sort of stepping off track a little bit here. You are a motivational speaker, which I didn't know about you, Shannon, and you use your own experiences, as many motivational speakers do, to help inspire others. But it was a near fatal dog attack in the late 90s after you had been in this business that transformed your entire life perspective. Tell us about that. What happened and how did it change your life as a result?
Well, on Christmas Eve in 1998, I was attacked in the face and neck by a Rottweiler who was actually a repeat guest at my resort. So he was a friendly dog that I knew well, and the attack was completely unprovoked. So surviving that nightmare really became such a turning point, right? Because my fears told me, hey, it's time to leave the pet industry and keep myself safe so that, this doesn't happen again. Maybe I need to redefine myself and choose a different career path. But at the same time, my heart told me, hey, listen, this is not an option. I've just always been all about dogs. They've been my whole life since I was a child. So the true irony is that I decided not only just to return to the pet industry, but to really get busy and start achieving my life and career goals. I really refused to let fear guide my life. So, for example, instead of isolating myself from big dogs, I started working with personal protection dogs.
Interesting.
Yeah, I actually owned one for quite a while, and the entire experience taught me that the adversities that we face in our lives are really they're stair steps, to take us to that next level.
Did you ever learn or come to understand why this dog did what he or she did?
I've been asked that question many times. Of course, dog people want to know the why. Why did you do it? Did I turn wrong? Let's break down the dog's behavior and figure out the why. And as an expert, a dog expert who was, I barely survived, I, for a long time, wanted to know the answer to that. But it's taken many years to realize that it's really not about the dog or the why. It's about what you do with it from that point forward. How you take that and thrive. So,
yeah.
I don't know. He was a dog that I knew and loved, and that was difficult to deal with as a dog lover for a long time. So
I absolutely imagine. Yeah. It's hard, absolutely. One thing that I'm learning since rescuing a dog is that dogs can be predictably unpredictable. You just don't always know what's going on in their minds and how they see something and process it. So, I think you're absolutely right. It's very hard to know the why oftentimes, and it's what you do with it on many levels. So, touche to you, really. But we have lots of very fun things and very up things to talk about, but we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to learn about Shannon's own pampered pup, Gigi, who is a celebra pup of Instagram. And she'll describe Gigi's own over-the-top custom-designed space, her fabulous wardrobe, and we'll see what exciting things are coming up for them. So refresh your cup, and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
It's designerpetsweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Hi, I'm Dana Humphrey, also known as the Pet Lady. I travel from coast to coast to pet trade shows and consumer events to scout out what the hottest, hippest, and most unique pet products are on the planet, bringing you tips and tricks from top veterinarians, groomers, trainers on how to safely travel and live happily with your pets. The Pet Lady will be in a city near you, showing off the latest and greatest tech pet gadgets, cozy comforts, and fab gift ideas for man's and woman's best friend. You can learn more at thepetlady.net or connect socially and tweet with me at PetLadyWorld.
Hey there, pet parents! This is Christy Vaughn, host of The Doggy Dish. Do you love your furry companion? Do you love making him or her healthy treats but can't seem to find the time? Great news! The Doggy Dish is the perfect show for you. Every episode is chock full of healthy and easy recipes that are made with ingredients you most likely have on hand. Tune into The Doggy Dish for yummy and healthy recipes for your canine kids.
Every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young, and we're here with Shannon Heggem of Luxury Unleashed, creating gorgeous custom personal spaces for pets. Shannon, you wouldn't be you without a pampered pup of your own. I had the pleasure of meeting Gigi and your adorable Chihuahua Gigi, at the Whippen Conference, which is Women in the Pet Industry Network. But no one knows or can talk about their little best friends like their parent. So tell us about Gigi and the Luxury Unleashed custom space that you designed for her.
Oh, my little darling.
Yeah, and she's a cutie pie too. You'll be able to see her on the Bark and Swagger page of the Pet Life Radio site.
Well, Gigi is the personification of a truly pampered dog. She lives an uber luxury lifestyle. And in the same spirit of how I launched my first pet facility, I once again became my own very first client for Luxury Unleashed. I wanted to create a space just for Gigi, which would showcase her huge diva personality. So I wanted it to be over the top as well as functional, to store all of her fun accessories and toys and things. And Gigi is such a little fashionista. She absolutely loves clothes. Well, actually, she hates to be cold, so therefore she loves clothes. I do this
as a result.
Right. But she does really enjoy being dressed up, and I love fashion. So together we make a great team. And so the space that I created for her is an actual room, which is actually her closet.
Yeah, and it is. It has the coolest spaces within the space. She's got her actual closet, which is two-tiered, of course. And we'll talk about her clothes in a second, but she has her space for sunglasses. And what else is in that little space? Hair accessories. She's got jewelry, right?
Jewelry, purses, scarves, and a lot of hats.
I love it. I love it. And her bed, she's got a gorgeous bed in the space.
A place to relax and a place to prepare herself and powder her nose. Don't forget, she has her little vanity area.
Yes, she does. She does. You'll see all this on the site. It's the most fantastic space that Shannon created for her. Now, this girl never has to worry about what to wear. Okay, let's just be real here. How many outfits does Gigi have?
Knew you
Estimate.
were going to ask me that question.
An estimate. I know, we can't possibly know.
I would say she probably has between 4,000 and 5,000 different wardrobe pieces.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
shoes and sunglasses and purses and boots and
accessories are
hundreds
very
of hats.
important.
Well, a girl's got to be well dressed.
She does. Tell us, where do you and Gigi go on the plains of Montana, where you live? Where do you go to dress up and be fabulous? I mean, you could be fabulous in your own home. You don't have to really go anywhere, right? But give us a little flavor about what Gigi does that she dresses for.
Well, Gigi gets dressed the first thing when she gets up in the morning, and it's pretty humorous because she actually goes into her room and sits there, that little dressing bench, and she sits there and waits for me to come in and pick something out.
Oh, I love it.
It's just become this really cute little ritual that I suppose it's amazing because sometimes I forget she's actually a dog because she loves to have her photo taken and she loves to be dressed up. She loves hats. She just loves to be in that room. So we go in, we pick out her outfit. So she's dressed all the time. Mm-hmm. But whenever we leave the house, she's, of course, has a matching coat and scarf and all the accessories a girl needs.
Oh, my.
But wherever we go, she's become a little celebrity, and I'm just sort of the lady that carries the bag that the...
I know the feeling. Oh, you're the girl with the...
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Gigi's mom. Where is she?
Right.
And everybody wants to know what she's wearing and what she's got on today, and they want their picture, and they want to show her to their friends. And it doesn't matter if it's the grocery store or... anywhere. She's become a little celebra pup, like you said. And
I love it. Well, yes.
So there's a lot of pressure. She has to be well dressed all the time.
Absolutely. She's got to keep up the, celebra pup appearances.
Exactly. Right.
And she has. She is a growing celebra pup on Instagram, Giggles by Gigi, which I love. I love her name, her handle. And it features some of the most adorable pictures of our little diva in her many outfits. How did you grow it? I mean, you and I have talked about this when we catch up on our phone conversations, which are wonderful. What advice would you give other dog parents who want to build a following for their pups on Instagram? Because you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I just think Instagram it's just such a fun way to communicate visually with other people that have the same interests. I love that.
I agree.
She has so many fun friends who also enjoy canine couture, and Instagram makes it so easy and interesting to stay connected. And I think the first thing, probably the best tip for using Instagram is to first seek out other dog parents who share the same interests as you do and follow them. So if you have a border collie, find people that have that breed, or if, like Gigi, likes to be dressed up, find other dog parents that are interested in fashion. Find that tribe and consistently follow what they are doing, and also make sure that you have your own portfolio. Of course, people want to see what you're doing as well, so having pictures for others to look at and create an interest so that they follow you is important. And again, to not forget that it's all about the exchange. It's important to be consistent about posting and also be consistent about responding to comments and leaving comments for other people so that you have that back and forth, which is the whole purpose of social media. That's the key, I think.
Engagement. That's what it's all about.
Really.
Yep. There is a wonderful person and brand on Instagram that if you haven't checked them out, and this is for everybody listening, you should. She's called Mrs. Sizzle, and she posts like several times a day. She's like a maniac. Her name is Suzanne Donaldson, and she was the chief photo editor of Glamour magazine for 12 years. And she's also worked with Vanity Fair and others. And she posts fashion. You guys should definitely share. And I'll introduce the two of you because I think you get on like a house on fire. And she would love Gigi, and she's got a couple of her own. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't get to do it as often as I would like and as I probably should to build up the following that I'd like to have on Instagram. But when I do go on, there is some incredible stuff to take in. Really adorable, funny, fun. And Gigi is definitely, Giggles by Gigi is definitely one of my go-to.
Oh, well, thank you. We have a lot of fun, if you can't tell.
Well, your design work has been featured in magazines and on reality TV. You've really gotten out there, Shannon, and you really have become the go-to person for designing luxury spaces. You've designed pet spaces for many celebrities. What's next for you, Gigi, and Luxury Unleashed? Spill, girl, tell us.
There are lots of fun things in the works. We're really working on expanding Gigi's social media with upcoming YouTube videos and also some fun Pinterest stuff about creating luxury spaces for yourself at home for your own pet. Mm-hmm. And the Giggles by Gigi blog will be live soon as well. So
great.
And we're also working on a picture book for her, which will hopefully be on the shelves by summer. So lots of fun things coming soon.
Oh, they all sound so exciting. I wish you tons and tons of luck and success, both of you. Where can people contact you to have a special space designed for their own dogs?
All of my contact information can be found at designerpetrooms.com. And if your listeners would like to connect with Gigi on any of the social media channels, they can go to gigglesbygigi.com, and it has links to each of her sites.
Fantastic. It's been so great having you here, Shannon. I love talking to you. We always talk about such, great, uplifting, fun stuff. We're both fashion hounds. We love it. So I'm sorry to say that we're out of time. I hate to see you go, but you're welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Jody. This was really fun. Thank you.
I'm so glad. Continued success. Thank you all for listening. Thanks to our producer, Mark Winter, who makes us sound so good. My passion is fashion. So tune in next time to discover the designers, styles, and home decor I love. And don't forget to visit me at barkandswagger.com, where you'll find great fashion stories and more. So until next time, when fierce fashion calls, bark and swagger.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.